may be the most homophobic, or maybe not, but one of the most homophobic continents. Ghana is one of the most homophobic. The homophobia transcends the boundaries in all of the African countries. It's insane. Yeah. Okay. But while this hate is there, you have to understand that they're actual human beings who were born not heterosexual. So take me, for instance. I'm the farthest thing from heterosexual. I couldn't be more queer, if I'm being completely honest. And so it's like, do you want me to die for you? Do you want me to not be here? Well, guess what? I'm here. I'm here with you. And I share the spaces that you share in schools. I'm in school as well. I go to join the line for Wache. I go to... Should I intentionally not be myself while you get to be yourself?
Hello, Abusiafo. But Sunburst medicated powder. Now on your form. Hey, say when a man in swans one yes, see, never good out at all. About cock, I'm a what so. Or don't. It's what's now I'm why you say a crow. Sakakarere, a yam, a crow, a juniper de aboso, and only Sunburst medicated ointment, a bebwao.
My possum, to me.
Who when Pedro be Onya, men's na home man when I'm out and who when the massy. What possu complaining na at so betra, Cotto Sunburst herbal balm. You're from Mama Sunburst. Sunburst products, a dutrim.
Obenya Sunburst products, our pharmacies, any herbal shops in name. At to phone friend 0551 907 393. FDA, I did Jadi and Kratuya too.
And so it's like, do you want me to die for you? Do you want me to not be here? Well, guess what? I'm here. I'm here with you. And I share the spaces that you share in schools. I'm in school as well. I go to join the line for Wache. I go to... Should I intentionally not be myself while you get to be yourself?
Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Anna Champong and I'm here to bring you stories from the motherland. So guys, I'm here with... Okay, teach me this thing, what you do. Ama.
Go back, no, back again with another hey video.
I can't do this TikTok thing.
We'll take that.
Okay, sure. So Ama is not only a law student, a YouTuber, a swimming instructor, an advocate.
Yeah.
So how do you combine like everything that you do, because
and
it's so much?
And a social media influencer.
Oh yes, never forget that one.
You know, when people ask me, it's really hard to tell you because I can't say that, you know, from Monday to Tuesday I do this. It's been a combination of all of the things at a time sometimes. How I'm able to do all of it.
But I mean, okay, you go to school, right?
Yes,
Physical school.
Yes, I do.
How many days a week?
2 days a week.
Okay.
Monday and
doable.
Tuesday.
Okay. So then on the other days you teach swimming lessons?
Yes, I teach swimming
because it's not
lessons.
only swimming lessons, you have a swim school.
Yes, I do have. I run a swim school, yes.
So that means that you teach the swimming lessons yourself, but you also instruct other people. You make sure that the business is going.
Yes.
You need to promote.
Yes.
That's like a whole job
That's
next to
true.
a student, being a student.
That's true.
So on top of that, you're also a YouTuber.
Yeah.
That's another whole job.
Yeah.
And then you're also like social media influencer, like let's say on Instagram and all of that. Because, okay, I haven't watched TikTok.
On Twitter, on Snapchat.
Hey. So people are telling me I should do a little more serious with Instagram. But that I feel is like so much work.
True.
And then you do that all. So when is Ama time?
You know, that's an interesting question. Ama time is really in all of these things. Because Ama's elements are in all of these things. The only reason why I honestly do all of these things and continue to do them is because I feel strongly that without a portion of each of these things, I would be uneasy in myself. If I wasn't teaching swimming, I'd be super uneasy. If I wasn't doing social media influencing on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, I'd be super uneasy. If I wasn't doing the law, I would be super uneasy. When I'm Mondays and Tuesdays, I'm totally in my legal elements. I would be totally unrecognizable from the person you see on YouTube.
Okay.
Especially when I'm making legal submissions in class or I'm asking or answering questions. I love it. I really, really, I love it. I really like doing each of the things that I do.
So you wear a lot of different hats.
I do.
Do you also act differently? Because I think this is the second time I met you. I love your videos. Like when I watch them, like, oh, but you're so reserved right now. It's so quiet. Is this Ama Governor?
Because it's an interviewee type video, you know. And also, if you watch me on my channel, I try really hard to avoid saying and like. I try to be more audible, particularly because of the law I'm studying. So right now with this setting and the understanding that it's like an interview type video, I just automatically just enter into, I don't even try to act different.
You are different
in different settings, I guess. Yes.
Okay. So when you're at school, are you the same as on YouTube and
Absolutely
TikTok?
not.
Oh, that's so funny.
Absolutely not. When I'm in school, you guys laugh at my shoes. If you watch my channel, first of all, how I dress on my YouTube and on Instagram, completely different from how I dress. Yeah, you could put like pictures here. If I'll send you some. I dress completely different.
I've seen it,
yeah, because I'm required to dress differently. That's one. That's really the only reason why I dress differently. But even how I act, how I speak, I'm very, very, very formal in class. Very professional almost.
I love it. Because I think there's a big, how do you say that, stamp on Ghanaian culture where they say that, oh, if the person acts like this, she is this. But you can be so many multiple people in one. You can be very professional while very sexual, while very outspoken.
I agree.
And that is not really something that is done. So how do you, like your family or your parents or your close surroundings react to when you like put a piercing or when you do this type of eyeliner, or how do they react when you do things that are out of the norm?
My parents probably struggle the most with it. My siblings just went with it, but my parents probably struggle the most, and maybe are still struggling a little bit, but not so much anymore. I'd say with my piercings and my tattoos, my mother in particular would talk. She would be trying really hard to change me, but after some time she realized that it doesn't affect her studies. 1, 2, she's able to still make money for herself. She's doing things for herself. She works really hard. She's still my little girl. She hasn't changed. She hasn't started, say, for instance, stealing or doing anything outrageous that would indeed put the family's name in disrepute. She is still alone. She's still Ama, so she just kind of lays back a bit. Although she says she's still praying for me, especially with regards to my sexuality and my tattoo. If you watch my recent video, she says I need deliverance. Oh, wow. So we're waiting for, the effect.
Deliverance. Okay.
But yeah, right now they're not struggling so much.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
So I also think that you are very much of a role model. When I look at your videos, I love that you are so outspoken. But when I look at the comments, you are also very good in the sense that you say that, listen, if you are not 18, don't come and watch my video. So you know that you have a younger audience, right? I feel, but I'm from a Western world where all this, all the things that you talk about on your channel or that you display is very, very normal. But I think in a traditional household, most of the things will be seen as bad or negative or not a good social. Yes, exactly. Yes. To me, you are educating a younger audience, but what is the type of feedback that you get and how do you feel?
The feedback from
anybody?
My viewers?
Yeah. Oh. No, I know your viewers love you. I think everybody knows that. But like, has anybody ever come up to you and say, Ama, it's so bad what you're doing. My daughter watches you and I don't like that she was, or something like that?
No, I haven't. But I've gotten some of those comments before in older videos. Now they don't come up so much. But this is my take on this. First of all, I'm very proud, and I was telling Marintia, I'm very, very proud that only about 4.9% of my audience is under 18.
Oh.
Yeah, majority of my audience, which is 42%, are 18 to 24. Okay. And 95 plus of my audience are above 18, which is something I'm so proud of because I've been able to move it slowly to that point with my content. And here's the thing that I feel that there is supposed to be adult content for adult consumers to consume. For instance, a place like Ghana, people don't talk about sex, but sex is something that can be taught, that people can learn from if people only spoke about it. I feel that a lot of the impediments that people face while having sex, while experiencing any type of sexual relation, can easily be fixed by just talking about it openly. A parent to a child, especially a parent to a child when, because adolescence comes with all these urges, and a lot of teenage pregnancies could be avoided. A lot of STD contraction could very well be avoided. A lot of the contraceptive methods that are out there, people don't talk about it. People don't know that getting an IUD in Ghana is 15 Ghana cedis. And when you just spend 15 Ghana cedis, you're going to prevent a wealth of things.
Yes.
People don't have that information. So I would gladly put that information out there. And my target, of course, like I always say, is for adults. I feel that there are certain things like money. When I talk about money openly, people don't talk about money. People don't talk about how they get paid. And I do get the downsides of it, privacy and all that. But also, if you think about it, if I was in my corner being paid by YouTube this amount, then I wouldn't know that, oh my goodness, wouldn't reach out to me and tell me, girl, you're being paid way less. I'll probably be happy, being paid. And this is an adult thing. Adults work and they expect revenue at the end of the day. And they should be able to get what they're entitled. You know that there's inequality in pay and all that. We only learn about those in social studies and whatnot. But if you were a little more open, you'd be helping a whole lot of people. I can't imagine the number of people who went to get IUDs after they saw my IUD video, or at least went to try to get a contraceptive that works for them. They probably thought contraceptive, we're talking about 500 Ghana cedis. It's 15 cedis. And I'm glad to bring that information to you. So I feel that I make videos mainly for the older audience. That's what I'd say. And I'm very happy in that space, making videos that are because I'm not a kid. I can't really be talking about kid stuff, which if adults talk about kid stuff, that's totally cool. And like they're able to do it. That's their strength. They should revel in that. That's great. But for me, I'm a lifestyle content creator. I am inspired mainly based on what I go through in my life as an adult. And you may be surprised, if I get older, I will probably I may switch to maybe
Hello, abusiafo. But Sunburst medicated powder. Now on your form. Hey, say when a man in swans one yes is you. Never good now to talk. About cough, I'm a what so.
Or
don't tell me. It's what now I'm a why you say. A crow. Sakakare, a yam, a crow, a juniper bosso. Enunie, Sunburst medicated ointment, a bebwa.
Maposu, Nina to me.
Who when Pedro be Onia, meant na home when I'm out and who in the massy. What possible complaining na at so betra, Cotto Sunburst herbal balm. You're from Mama Sunburst. Sunburst products, a dutrum.
Obenya Sunburst products, our pharmacies, any herbal shops in name. To phone friend 0551 907 393. FDA, I did ready and crack to too.
Maybe content about investment, content about businesses growing, but you never know, because me, I'm just going with the flow. That's the truth. I post what I'm feeling. So if I'm feeling that I'm thinking about an IUD, I'm thinking about a threesome, I'm going to share that with you. So
that's a very good take on it.
Yeah, thank you.
Very important that you just stay true to yourself.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy to hear that actually a lot of people have been taking that.
Yeah.
And I think there should be more advocacy on that. I'm so sorry, English not my life. So
I feel you.
what my wish is.
Yeah.
That you have your own TV show.
Oh, wow.
Where you talk about all these things and you educate the youth, because I feel like sexual education is something that is lacking, especially not only in Ghanaian schools but also in Ghanaian households. So I'm just wondering about myself, where do these kids learn about sex?
Yeah,
and
all
I
the
don't
wrong
think it's
places.
healthy. Yeah,
in porn. And you know, porn, for instance, they don't wear condoms a lot of the porn. So for them, and then they romanticize and sexualize that, especially the boys. So when the boys come to you and they're like, oh, I want it raw, and then the musicians also take it, oh, I want it raw, I don't want condom. Have you heard that song? So then it's romanticized so much, and there's not any type of education. There's just people picking ideas up, romanticizing it, not thinking about the risks. And then the kids picking it up because really their parents haven't spoken to them about it. The teachers, even in schools, you know, when I think a year ago they wanted to talk about sexual reproductive health more in schools, and the whole, I mean, half of Ghana was actually actively against it.
Wow.
I mean, we're trying to teach the kids how not
bad.
to contract STDs, STIs, how to go about it more, how to go about it better, because you know that at some point they are going to have sex.
Yeah.
Even when you try really hard, they are going to have sex. So isn't it better and smarter to teach them how to have it safer? You know, that's just all we're doing. We're not telling people who don't want to have sex to go and have sex. We're just teaching them how to go about it better, you know, smarter, safer. For them, so. But also, you know, about the TV thing you said, that would be so hard.
Why?
Because, you know, I didn't even stumble into making content to promote sexual reproductive health because I wanted to do it. It was because I started having sex. Because when I started my YouTube channel, I wasn't having sex because at the time I was religious, and because of my religion, I couldn't have sex. And then I wasn't religious anymore. Then I started having sex. And then one thing that I was like, girl, you need to protect yourself. Girl, you need to do this.
So how did you learn all of this? Because did your parents teach you?
No, absolutely
so you went to it all yourself?
Research, yes. And the YouTubers I would watch on YouTube, like Lisa, we got an IUD around the same time. She was talking about how she needs to get an IUD. Then I went to now look it up. You know, it's so crazy because when I know what an IUD is, and I learned about it in social studies, but I learned about it as, I don't know, a list of things, not the essence of it, not the importance of it, you know? So, yeah, I was watching it and I was wondering, why did she need to get an IUD? And then I went to, and then my friend had an implant in her arm. So then I just did my research about them, and I'm like, Amma, you're having sex. You know, why don't you just get this and protect yourself? So it would be hard for me to have a TV show, a platform that just talks about it. Because personally, I may get bored. I'm not even going to lie to you. I would like to. I'm just going with you. Exactly. So I would just
go through. Okay.
Yeah,
that's wonderful. So what I would also like to know is that you are very much outspoken about the LGBTQ plus. Did I say that right?
Yeah, you did.
In worldwide, but especially in Ghana. So can you please explain like what is going on and why do you need to speak up about it? Oh,
okay. So it's LGBTQ plus, or we could just say queer people. Queer is an umbrella term for anyone who is not straight, right? So bi, gay, lesbian, pan, asexual, trans, plus, right? Okay. So it is not a secret that queer people generally worldwide happen to be in the minority. Okay, so that's just to say that it just so happens to seem that the majority of people all over the world happen to be heterosexual, straight. They happen to be attracted strictly to the opposite sex, you know. Being in a minority does not mean that you are any less of a person, or that your needs need to be ignored any more than a straight person's needs, right? And now I'm talking worldwide, but now bring it down to Ghana or Africa. Africa may be the most homophobic, or maybe not, but one of the most homophobic continents. Ghana is one of the most homophobic. The homophobia transcends the boundaries in all of the African countries. It's insane. Okay, but while this hate is there, you have to understand that they're actual human beings who were born not heterosexual. So take me, for instance. I'm the farthest thing from heterosexual. I couldn't be more queer, if I'm being completely honest. And so it's like, do you want me to die for you? Do you want me to not be here? Well, guess what? I'm here. I'm here with you. And I share the spaces that you share in schools. I'm in school as well. I go to join the line for Wache. Should I intentionally not be myself while you get to be yourself? That's really what it is. Should I completely ignore the part of me that is not heterosexual while you get to be okay? How do you think that's going to make me feel? And when human beings, just being human beings, are pushed to a corner or being oppressed, how do you think they react? They bounce back because it's unfair, it's ridiculous, it doesn't make sense. How you were born to be attracted to the opposite sex. I was born to not only be attracted to the opposite sex, but be attracted to the same sex as well.
I think, let's say Ghanaian or African parents see it different because I talk to my dad a lot about this, and my dad is like, there's no homos in Ghana. And I tell him, please come and see because there are lots. So in his mind, it just doesn't exist. And if you don't talk about it, it's not there. But he also has a way of saying that it's because you dress a certain way. It's because they act a certain way. So maybe just clear it out for everybody to understand. Do you think you can be taught how to be gay, or is this something that you are born with?
I don't believe so. I think it's just the same way as asking if people are taught to be straight. Because if you really think about it, and if we go by this logic, you know how it is presented in TV, in music videos, in songs, at church, in school, in drawings, in cartoons, in Disney movies, that it's a man and a woman, a man and a woman, a man and a woman, throughout, everywhere, in the radio, on the radio, in TV, adverts, everywhere, drawings, you see a man and a woman. So tell me how with all these representations of heterosexuality, somehow a man happens to want another man. A woman happens to want another woman. And so strongly that they really just lean towards the same sex. You know, a lot of us, our lives are in danger. Is this a life that we'll choose? A lot of us get spat on. A lot of us get kicked out of the house. A lot of us get demeaned. Is this a life that we would willingly, we could see a life here where we would choose to be heterosexual and we'd be treated the same way as everyone, versus a life where we choose to be who we are and we get disdain from everyone? You think we would consciously choose this life? We don't. It just happens to be who we are. You know, when we're there, we can say we're going to lay it off, but how you get horny and want the opposite sex, we get horny and we want the same sex. Do you know what I mean? So it is not a matter of, I didn't really even understand the dressing bits. Can you explain?
I think he refers to, like, let's say skinny jeans, right?
Yeah.
Skinny jeans and ripped jeans is only for gay people in his mind. Because
Really?
Hello, abusiafo. But sunburst medicated powder. Now on your form. Hey, say when a man in swans one yes, see, never good out at all. About cough, I'm a what so.
Or
don't. It's what now I'm on why you say. A crow. Sakakarere, a yam, a crow, a juniper bosso. And nunye, sunburst medicated ointment, a bebwao.
my possum, me who name to me.
Who way ni Pedro be onia ments na ho ma honam ya enwu wani maase waposo complain nyina et so betwa koto sunbest herbal balm ye woni ama papa ye from mama sunbest products edutwem
Obenya Sunbest products, our pharmacies, any herbal shops in them. To phone friend 0551 907 393. FDA, I did get the incredible.
normal men don't wear tight pants like that. So that is, I think, how he... he like my brother was wearing skinny jeans and he said he should stop that thing. We don't do that. And I said, but what exactly? Let him wear. It's okay. He said, no. Before he come, he will tell me you want to wear pink t-shirt. I said, oh, Papa, what's wrong with a pink t-shirt? No, that's for girls. If you wear that, you'll become gay. And I'm just looking at you like, huh? Like, can this even, like, what are you saying?
Because it's a lot of conditioning. You know how when we're growing up, they're saying, oh, blues, okay, all the boys wear blue shirts, all the girls wear, you know, they've somehow managed to engender a lot of things. You know, if you play ampe, you're a girl. If you play soccer, you're a boy. So no girl should be playing soccer. It's just all those things. It's conditioning. I mean, I find those baseless. I just think maybe at some point, some people wanted to just separate males from females by using colors and sports. But I think those are all baseless. Women play soccer. Men can wear pink shirts. It doesn't even matter. Honestly.
But so, I've also heard that they're now trying to push a law or something that is like going to be in the Constitution that is not allowed to practice homosexuality. Or can you explain a little bit about that?
Yes. So this is the Anti-Queer Act that they're trying to push in Ghana. It's not going to be part of the Constitution. It's going to be an act of parliament on its own, or it's going to be a law on its own. The law seeks to basically eradicate our existence in one sentence. They just don't want us to exist, right? And they're doing so, and I'm not so sure because honestly, around this time when this whole thing was happening, my anxiety was skyrocketing. I couldn't bring myself to really read the text exactly. So
because of that?
So I would be paraphrasing from things I've heard, and please correct me in the comments anywhere I go wrong. I would gladly accept that. But essentially, for instance, they're going to organize procedures that would help them to change. Oh, intersex people, right? So if you don't know who an intersex person is, it's a person.
If you have two of the same, right? You have
or you could, or the person could look like a woman, maybe have breasts, but then have a penis. Or look like a man, but have a vagina, but maybe have breasts, you know. Or maybe have eggs and then have, that's what So they're essentially going to undergo certain procedures that is going to normalize them. That's going to make them into one strict
force them
gender.
To do that kind of procedure?
Yes, they're going to force them.
Is that something that they could do in a law?
So that's why it's also being fought, because in my view and in the view of many people, it's unconstitutional. It's unconstitutional because the Constitution guarantees our freedoms, right? Especially freedom to associate with whomever we please, freedom to have whatever religion or not to have a religion at all. So if you're going to use a religion-based ideas and set them in stone and as law to be governed by all persons, what if we are not, we don't, like me, I don't ascribe to any religion, but you want to impose a religion inspired law on me, which is unconstitutional, is what we're saying. And a lot of the things that are in that act of parliament, that bill, are all unconstitutional. So
but
technically,
I don't believe you could actually force a person to change something of their body.
Oh yeah, no, but that's what they're saying. They're going to use medical procedures. So if they have to cut it off, that's what exactly. And do you see this hate? Because this can only be hate. It can only be hatred that you're exerting towards us because we happen to be different from you. It's insane.
Is there a freedom of expression?
Yes, there is. That is guaranteed in the Constitution. But yes, very interesting that you brought that up, because as part of the things that have been criminalized in that bill includes advocacy. So if you are even to
tweet or anything about that,
you could be arrested.
Wow.
Now the really that has to be for me the most unconstitutional bit of it, because before Trocosi system, I don't know if you know Trocosi system. So it was a system where if your brother did something wrong to the gods or did something wrong to, I think, like not a malam, like a chief, like a priest, something like that, then they would take you, his little sister, to go and be with the priest so that he'll be sleeping with you, impregnating you, to atone for your brother's sins. Good. So chococy system, FGM, female genital mutilation, where they cut off your clit so that you don't feel things. All those things, widowed rights, all those things were things that were legal in Ghana. All those things were things that were proper and people were hailing until people started advocating. Through advocacy, all those laws were changed. All those laws were reviewed and changed. So without, like, advocacy is the bedrock of change in law. Change in law only comes through reviewing laws, only comes through advocacy. If people don't get the opportunity to speak on it, get the freedom to speak on it, they're not going to be able to ever change any laws in the whole world. So that particular one, criminalizing advocacy for it, that has to be the most evil thing in that bill for me. The most evil thing. But yes, and there is, like you said, freedom of expression guaranteed in the Constitution. The Constitution is the grand norm of the land. Nothing, any law that is inconsistent with it or in contravention with it should be struck out, should be void, null and void. So that's it's to that extent that we're also saying that it's unconstitutional.
Okay. Is that one of the reasons why you started studying law, to be more active in this?
No, actually. So when I started studying law, I was completely denying my sexuality. I was in the closet. Because I was still religious at the time, and I identified as Christian at the time. Yes. So I just didn't accept my sexuality. I was fighting it for the longest. I was hiding it for the longest. Wouldn't even. So no, it wasn't because of the law. I just studied law because I wanted to, and my parents thought it was a good idea as well. That's why I studied law, but not for that. No.
I think you've chosen the right path.
Thank you.
I feel it looks very beautiful on you, and think you can go very far.
Thank you.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
That's so interesting. Hopefully, definitely a lawyer, because this year in October, hopefully I get called to the bar as a lawyer. So definitely a lawyer. Hopefully, I haven't spoken about this yet on my channel, but sure, let's do this for honest people, okay? Hopefully practicing in Canada.
Nice.
That's the plan. Hopefully I'll be practicing in Canada. I would still be a YouTuber, and my plan is to set up or continue my swimming business in Canada as well. Now I have swimming instructors, employees in Ghana, so they're going to be running the business here. Wow. But I want to expand it. I would like to expand it and also do it in Canada. So I'd still have my swim instructing business. I may not be an instructor in 5 years, but I would still have my swim instructing business. I would definitely still be a social media influencer. Yeah.
I think you can achieve all those goals.
Thank you.
I hate to see.
I may be a mother.
Wow.
In 5 years.
Nice.
I mean, it depends. I want to
adopt. You
adopt.
would have to have male sex. You have to have sex with a male, right? Or
how
are you
okay.
going to do that?
First of all, I am sexually attracted to men as well.
Right? Yeah. Sorry, I forgot that one.
No, I'm pansexual, by the way. If you
pansexual.
Yes.
Okay. What does that mean?
So pansexual means it doesn't matter what your genitalia is. Whether it's you have a vagina, whether you have to the person exactly.
Okay.
So that's how come I could be attracted to
anybody.
To gay men, I can be attracted to
so
trans.
What about, transgender?
Yes, 100%.
What about intersex then?
Yeah, it doesn't matter for me. Like me, I'm so sexual. I can literally fuck you. If once I like you, I'll fuck you. If I like you, it's going down, baby. Yeah, it's going down. No, I'm a pleaser also. So whatever, I'm going to work with your body, and you're going to work with my body. Okay, but I was saying something before that. No, yeah, and I don't intend to give birth by childbirth. I want to adopt my kids. I want to adopt 7 kids. But it's all dependent on if I have the money. That's what I'm saying. So in 5 years, wow. I may start my adoption journey. Yes, I may start with 1. It just depends on if I get the money I'm hoping I get. If I do, all my 7 kids are going to be with me. But also it's like, you know, the traveling. I don't know if I should travel first before I start.
Yes,
if I have one kid, I could travel with them.
Enjoy life before you start with the kids.
Okay.
Please.
Yes, ma'am.
Take it from me.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much for being on my channel.
You're
I'll
welcome.
drop
Thank
all
you
Amma's
so
information down
much for
below.
having me.
And the Ghanaian you, please follow this lady.
Yes,
because we need
follow
change.
me. Yes, we do.
See you in the next one.
Bye.
Hello, abusiafo. But Sunburst medicated powder. Now on your form. Hey, say when a man in swans one yes is you. Never good out to talk. About cock, I'm a what so.
Or
Hey, tell me. It's what's now I'm why you say. A crow. Take a career, a yam, a crow, a juniper beaboso, and nunye. Sunburst medicated ointment, a bebwao.
maposo. Me hunam nyina tutu me.
Who when Pedro be onia ments na ho ma honam ya enwu wanim ase waposo complaining na et so betwa koto Sunburst herbal balm ye from mama Sunburst products edutwem
Obenya Sunburst products. Our pharmacies. Any herbal shops name. To phone friend 0551 907 393. FDA. I did get the